Hi, Nick Esposito here with the Esposito Strength Club. We're continuing our Turkish Get Up progressions, and we're on phase 3. So in the first two phases, we discussed kind of the shoulder packing, the rolling, getting the kettlebell set, and then getting into your forearm. So we're just going to kind of play through where we started from. So there's end of phase 1 right there, getting onto your forearm, and then this phase 2, getting into your hand, and getting into that hip bridge position. So that's where we ended off in our last video series. So in this next video, we're going to discuss phase 3, which is getting into kind of the full stand-up portion of the Turkish Get Up phase. So here, I pull my leg underneath my body. So my knee is now in line with my hip. So that is a key point because that creates the entire structure. And then my hand, elbow, and shoulder are all in line on the downside, as well as my shoulder, elbow, and wrist with the hand with the kettlebell. So from that point on, a really key feature is kind of skipped a lot when I see a lot of athletes doing Turkish get-ups is a little bit of a corkscrew effect from this downside leg. So you pull that foot right behind you, and now you're just in a one-arm overhead lunge position. So we're going to go back on that. We'll kind of slow that down a little bit. So I corkscrew that leg, I prep up onto my front foot, and in one motion, I'm into a lunge position. So everything is still stacked. So once I get into that lunge position, you can see my elbow, shoulder, and wrist are all in alignment, as well as that downside knee are all kind of in that alignment there. Then from there, you just stand up into a lunge, and that's the end of phase 3. Again, we'll go kind of back to that initial point. So that point right there is something to really key in on. A lot of athletes skip that portion, and it kind of puts them in a really awkward position to get up from this point. Otherwise, they just kind of push themselves upwards, and they could be off balance, and especially with that weight being on that one side of their body, if they are holding a heavier weight, that could lead to the weight falling off to the side, potentially rolling on their wrist or falling on top of them, which is something that, if you can avoid it from just that small, simple turnout right there, definitely coach that position over and over and over again. Make it a habit that athlete performs.